Petty, what's happening?
Good, Laywan.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I heard you're a fellow Libra. Is that true?
Yes, I am. Are you?
Okay. Oh, absolutely. October 16th. Let's go. We're going to be
Ooh,
good there. Well,
okay.
so thank you for taking the time out to do this. This is the Making Plays combo. And really, we're just going to be talking about all the plays that you was making before the pandemic, what you're doing now, and what you plan on doing once everything hopefully goes back to normal soon. But I always like to ask, how are you doing? How are your people doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm great. My folks are great. My management team is great. Everybody Gucci. Thank God. Even during the pandemic, we're all good, staying safe.
That's how it's supposed to be. So you've been killing it. I mean, obviously you've been doing your thing on IG for a minute, but I'm Petty going crazy. Popped out is picking up steam. Yeah, that right back last year, and then I saw you do your thing on Cosmic Kev show.
Yes, the come up show. Shout out to Cosmic Kev. He
I
was the
saw
first person
you.
to really. Yes, he's the first person to start spinning me on the radio when I'm Petty came out. So shout out to him.
Yeah. You killed that. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. But what else were you working on before everything's kind of shut down?
Um, right now I have a project coming out.
Hmm.
And even before the project comes out, I'm working on another single called Ask That. It drops this Friday, as well as
Okay.
the music video. The music video is crazy. Okay, we went to Miami. We rented out a boat. We had
Damn.
girls on there. We were going wild. So stay tuned for that. And basically, yeah, I'm just wrapping up my project, trying to get everything done. That's what we're working on right now.
Oh, that's what's up. So I know I see you've been working. I still see you still putting out content and them funny videos on IG and whatnot. Now I saw somewhere that you only started rapping a few years ago, and I couldn't believe it because when I hear your music and then I see you do your thing on Cosmic Kev, I was like, nah, she had to been spitting for a minute. Is that true?
Yeah, I made my Instagram in 2016, and I didn't start really making like little raps on Instagram until 2018. But they
Damn.
used to just be stuff for fun. Like I used to just make videos for fun.
Right.
I never really thought about doing music or full like blown out songs. I didn't put much thought into any of that. It was just for fun. It was just for content for my followers. My followers were loving them.
Right.
They loved when I made rap videos. They loved when I put my personality into like raps and stuff. And then my management team, which is Chosen One Entertainment,
Hmm.
they basically my manager, she was telling me like you could do more than just 1 minute rap videos on Instagram or 30-second rap videos on Instagram. Like you could take this and really blow up with it. You already have the following, you have the
Yeah.
bars, rock out. So yeah, it's been a short period of time.
So when did you realize like you were nice with it? I know when your manager said you could really take this thing to another level, but when did you realize like, hey, yo, I can actually spit a little bit?
I think when the first time I started to work on like full songs, we were in Miami. We got into the studio with people like DJ Chose and Hitmaka. When we were in the studio
Hmm.
with them, we were just like working on content and stuff. I really sat there and I was like, wow, like I'm really in the studio with these big producers creating bangers. Like this
Yeah.
is me right now. Like, oh snap! Like oh, like I didn't even see this coming. Like that's when it really hit me. Like, okay, you're in it for real. Like you got it. You got it. Like you got the
Right.
fire. Everybody telling you you got the fire. You got these big people telling you you got the fire. So that's really when it like hit me. Like, oh, okay, you're a rapper. Like you're about to be a rapper.
How long did it take you to find like your voice and your flow where you started getting comfortable with yourself?
Um, it would be around the same time because before I really like, even though it was hard transitioning from just making, little rap videos to making full or trying to make full blown songs and stuff like that. So
Right.
it took me a while. Like I had to really find my inner creativity and put my own spin on certain like records and stuff. So it was like, all right, it was a little tough here and there, but eventually I did get to it. Like it took me a couple months, I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
But constantly being in the studio from I'm talking 5 p.m. till 5 a.m. every single day.
Damn.
Yes, every single day. Like they used
You
to kill
spending
me.
that work.
We used to be down Miami living off of finger licking. Like it was
Oh.
crazy. Like that's really when
Shout out
like
to
I
Khaled.
found. Mhm.
Oh man. So who were some of your early influences as far as music?
Um, Me, like I grew up listening to a lot of throwbacks. So
Okay, okay.
honestly, like I wasn't that big on rap.
Mm.
If or even hip hop. If I did some of my biggest like people growing up listening to, of course, with Nicki Minaj. Okay, I love her.
Okay,
That's my
okay.
baby.
Yeah.
And but as for like music that I've actually like listened to or grew up on, or
Yeah.
it would just be like throwback, like R&B throwbacks, 90s music. Yeah, I was never really like in the rap. That's what really makes it so crazy that
Yeah.
I'm so excited to go down this path, because that never really been the path that I looked at for real.
Mm. It's funny where God places you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that I'm Petty is starting to go crazy, over 1 million streams on YouTube and just going up on every platform. Hitmaker on the beat. How'd that song come about?
We were in the studio with Hitmaka,
Mm-hmm.
and we were in there, and basically, we decided to really just take me, like as like my personality, and we were like, okay, boom. He started playing these fire behind beats. We took one of the beats, and me, him, and Derrick. We want Derrick Milano. Shout out to you
Shout out
too.
to Derrick
Um,
Milano. He's like one of the most
what
talented artists
fire,
slash songwriters out there.
fire.
If you working with him, oh you in good hands. Between him and Hitmaker, oh forget about it.
Okay, the dynamic duo. But
Right.
yeah, it was us. We were in there. We were making fire. We basically just took who I am as a person, tried to put it into a song, and we're like, boom, it's making part. So
I like the video too. Did you choreograph the video? Because you was up in there moving this stuff.
we were. The crazy part is, at first we didn't know what we wanted to do with the video. We're like, so what are we gonna do? What is the whole thing? And then we were with Drew.
Mm-hmm.
We recorded some with a guy named Drew, and they were just like basically like, okay, we're gonna take a little bit of the regular you, like don't forget, like the fans want to know the regular you, which is basically the streets of Philly, which is like
Yeah.
you'll see on the second part of I'm Petty, you'll see how 1 minute, okay, we're dancing inside a Target. That was just like a little fun I did with my girls,
Yeah.
and then
Then y'all
like
was out on the
it breaks
stoop with
off.
it.
Mhm. It breaks off and it goes to like a whole different scenery where it's kind of just showing me and a bunch of guys, and basically we're just chilling on the streets of Philly. So we just
Yeah.
wanted to keep it fun but still down to earth.
Speaking of which, in the pop out video, you shooting dice and getting that money and whatnot.
How to shoot dice.
Huh?
They were teaching me how to play. What was it? I think it was they were teaching me how to shoot dice. They were teaching me how to play spades. So I was being a little gambler right there.
Now it was a cool video, and you kind of had a smoother, laid back flow on Pop Out, which I like because it showed your versatility. What was the process of making that song?
That song was actually based off of like a real life situation that I had
Mm.
with with a little just a drama situation. So I took
Okay.
something that basically happened in real life, a little
Yeah.
problem that I had in real life, and I put it in song form. And I was like, oh, okay, well, boom, like I think I could keep doing this. Like this is not hard at all. So
That's funny. You're obviously making the transition from influencer to music. What has been the most challenging part of the process? Because not a lot of people have been able to successfully do that, and there have been a lot of people who have tried.
the crazy part is I've literally been dying to answer this question, because I think when people start off as Instagram influencers, it's hard to transition into music, because a lot of people think, just because you have the following, that you can just do music and everybody's gonna mess with it.
Right.
I've learned that's not the case. That's not the case at all. Like you actually have to, your music actually has to sound like something low key. All right, you
Yeah.
might get lucky, but at the end of the day, you have to be providing quality content, not just anything you worked up in the booth and think, just because you have 1 million followers, they're gonna rock with it. I really just wanted, like, I think the hardest thing is having everybody disconnect me from just being an influencer to actually being a rapper inside of the music industry. Like, I need people to respect that I have bars. Because I
Right.
know a lot of people, they might not take me seriously. Like, oh, Petty Levels, yeah, that's that girl from Instagram. Da-da. No, raps, okay? Who has
Right.
songs coming out, who has a project dropping out, who's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be something. So I just want people to like, that's basically, that's probably the hardest thing for, to have like the follow base that you had, or like the fan base that you had being an Instagram influencer, connect you to also being a rapper in the music industry.
That's a real answer right there. So I gotta ask, what is the most pettiest thing you've ever done?
Oh,
Number one.
I don't think I can say that on live. I feel like I need permission.
Oh my
We
God.
might have to save that for another day.
Okay, what's the second or third most pettiest thing that you've done that you could say without getting in trouble or any type of legal ramifications?
Okay, legal ramifications. All right, let me think. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, Okay, well, this might not be. Yeah. This is not bad. Okay,
Okay.
so one time I was sitting on my couch, and this guy that I was talking to, his phone kept going off.
Okay.
And I was trying to figure out why it kept buzzing. So I'm like, all right, whatever. He leaves his phone next on the couch unlocked. He gets up, he goes inside of the kitchen. I didn't go through it, but I just glanced a little.
Oh,
like,
you took a peek.
This way. So yeah, just a little like peek just to see. And the messages that he was getting had little emojis and stuff like that. So I know it's not a friend. I know it's not a cousin. I know it's not anything. Okay, I know what it was. And the number looked familiar. It was something that we dealt with in the past. So
wow.
I took the phone. Yes, I took the phone and I went inside the kitchen and I'm going off, just all this crazy stuff. Mind you, I don't know if he thought this was going to be an arguing match or what it was. I don't think this is a legal thingy, but I did grab a knife. But I didn't do nothing with it. I didn't do anything with it. I didn't do anything with it.
Okay.
I just didn't want him to try to grab the phone from me because I felt as though my life was in danger. So I grabbed it so I could protect myself.
Okay.
Then I ran upstairs. I locked myself in my room with this phone. And while he was knocking on my door, basically just like he's on the verge of being emotional, like I'm sorry, I was recording him, and then I sent it to the girl that he was texting.
Oh wow, that is petty.
Come get him, sis. He outside my door. Come get him.
Damn, that is funny. All right, well, on that note, I'm gonna wrap it up with my quarantine questions. What is the best thing that you've watched so far since we kind of been on lockdown?
Best thing I've watched?
Yeah, like on TV or Netflix or whatever.
Money Heist on Netflix is something crazy.
Yeah.
Money Heist, and Sex Education on Netflix. I know it sounds a little weird coming from it, but it's actually a really good show. And and Riverdale. Okay, this is a bunch of like. I'm not really a big movie person. I like to watch like stuff that like leaves cliffbangers. Then I gotta go and watch another episode. I like stuff.
Yeah. Money Heist. I'm gonna watch it this weekend coming up. That's what I told myself.
It's lit.
Have you tried cooking any new foods during this time since everybody's a chef now?
Me personally, I like cooking Spanish food.
Okay.
Like
Arroz con pollo?
I like to make birria. I like to make pastelillos. Like
hey, yeah.
So that's what I've been, cooking up.
Okay. Do you have a quarantine bag?
A what?
A quarantine bag. Quarantine or a quarantine bag.
A quarantine bag?
Yeah, bag. Quarantine bag. Quarantine
like
shortage. Quarantine. Quarantine shortage.
No, we don't do none of those. We don't do those.
Oh, okay.
We don't do those. It's too much of a distraction. I'm not that bored.
Yeah, especially after you told that story. Niggas gonna be guarding their phones. My last question: what's the first thing you're gonna do once it's safe to move outside?
Oh my goodness! I kind of just want to throw. Oh dang it! I'm not even gonna be able to do that. I think because like the stuff that I'm gonna want to do, I feel like I'm still not gonna be able to do once outside opens up. Because once outside does open up, people are still gonna be moving on eggshells. I want to throw a giant party and just bump all of my music and just have everybody just go crazy. But then it's kind of like, I don't even think I could do that. So I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know.
Who knows, man? I mean, I'm in Atlanta. Atlanta's pretty much open at this point, and people have been
Yeah, I
out,
just got
out.
back from Atlanta. I was in Atlanta last week. I was in there
Okay.
for a minute. It
Now,
seems okay.
last week we weren't really open. This past weekend, though,
Yeah, this
like,
past weekend I was there. I
oh
was there
man,
Friday.
they was in the hookah bars and all that stuff. So you might get your wish. You just might have to relocate it depending on what city is opened up.
Right, maybe.
No doubt. Well, listen, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you talking with me. Keep up all the good work and everything that you're doing. And when you come back to Atlanta, hopefully the Pandora office is open. Come through so we can chop it up in person. Okay?
Of course. Thank you so much, everyone. Keep on streaming on Petty. Keep watching
Yes.
on YouTube. And stay tuned this Friday for the new song S-Fat dropping, period.
There it is. All right. Be safe out there.
You too.
Later.